So here I am back in the fucking garage because it's like 1:30 in the morning, and I just found out Wes Craven fucking kicked the bucket, right? That dude is dead. That's weird. Like, I don't know. I'm not gonna get all like super emotional or anything because I didn't actually got my thumb on the fucking lens. But anyway, like I'm not gonna get all like weird about it, because I like, of course, I don't actually fucking know the guy. You know what I mean? Like, like, and like I always find it weird when like famous people die and like everyone's like, oh my god, like. But it is weird, and like I'm a little bummed out, even though like the dude was like 76 years old, and he had a sweet run of movies. I mean, like his career was fucking on point, so he has like a giant legacy. So I think like he had a pretty good run. His legend will continue. Like, yeah, it's fucking strange though, because pretty much my introduction to horror movies, and like most of the ones I watched when I was younger, were fucking Wes Craven, man. Like, it's weird. It's like, the first horror movie I sat all the way through was People Under the Stairs. And that's one of Wes Craven's like best movies ever. If you've never seen that, check that shit out. Like, I'm sure there's gonna be like a renewed interest in his earlier works, or his works like in general before the Scream films anyway. Which is like what he's known for now for like a lot of people. Even though like Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street, sorry, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street was like it. That's like his big deal. Like that's like his big movie. But oh man, and they have the Scream franchise. I'll get to that a little bit later. I have some mixed feelings about that one. I don't want to fucking like damper this whole fucking awesome, good job, Wes Craven, with your entire life looking thing we're doing here. But yeah, like, first horror movie I saw was all the way through was People Under the Stairs. I fucking loved it. Like everything about it was so weird. Like that's one of the cool things about it, like his movies, like from before, was like he could get that. Like, not only was a writer and a director, which is cool, so you got like, the like some of the major like commanding positions of film. I got all the way there. If you go into like cinematography and producing and sound editing, but like nobody can do everything. Nobody can do everything. Not even Wes. But like, yeah, he had this way to like just kind of. He had like a certain fucking strange, like morbid ass like sense of humor about like a lot of his movies, which is very cool. And it wasn't overt and like wacky, but like shit like People Under the Stairs is just like so fucking weird. You know what I mean? It's just like people in gimp suits running around with shotguns and trapping people in their house, and like they got like that dude in the under the stairs. And people like crawling around and like all the walls and stuff. Like I didn't even know I liked horror movies until I saw People Under the Stairs. Pretty exciting. And then the next one I remember sitting through is Serpent in the Rainbow, which is another Wes Craven movie, which is awesome. I like it a lot. Like Bill Pullman's fucking awesome in it, and pretty much everyone else, like everyone pulls in like a sweet performance. Wes Craven's like really good at pulling performances out of people, I think anyway. But yeah, a lot of people don't like Serpent in the Rainbow. I don't know why. I dig the hell out of it. It's a little weird because they make voodoo like super evil, but it's not like it's kind of like one of those like movies that just doesn't really get that like like voodoo is actually like a religion that people are excited about, and like it's not like just like making zombies and being spooky and shit like that, like there's like a like a whole giant like pantheon and like religious professionals, and it's like I think it's the official religion of Haiti, I think maybe that it might be Catholicism. I'm not sure, but yeah, like I can see why people would be weird about that, like the whole just kind of like ethnocentric, like fucking like voodoo fear or whatever. But whatever. It's still a fucking awesome movie. It's got a lot of weird, morbid shit in it, and like just kind of like fun stuff, like because there's always like a little bit of fun going on in Wes Craven films. Of course, Friday. Why do I keep calling Nightmare on Elm Street Friday the 13th? Because I'm all fucking out of sorts about Wes Craven being dead. But yeah, like even that, like even though he didn't do all of them, but he did the first one, and it was awesome. Like it's just like he's got like a weird fucking thing about him. It's cool, you know. he had like a strange way of like seeing shit. You know what I mean? That like really like kind of translated well, like into like putting stuff together on screen and like getting like good performances and like writing just like fucking strange scenarios. Because like Shocker was the other one. Like a lot of people hate that movie too, but that was that was like one of the early like horror movies of like my like whole horror movie watching career. Like, and I liked it. It was like by that time I'd seen X-Files, so it was fucking like Mitch Pileggi's in it, and he's like Director Skinner. I'm like, oh fuck, it's Skinner. he's the Shocker. You know, that one's cool. It's about like a guy. If you haven't seen Shocker, it's about a guy who fucking like a killer who gets like electrocuted in the chair. He becomes the Shocker and he fucks with people. You know, you did, yeah, the Friday the 13th. Why do I keep doing the fucking Nightmare on Elm Street movies? Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger, a benchmark of the fucking like slasher genre, and I keep calling it Friday the 13th. Fuck, I should start rehearsing these fucking things. But anyway, Nightmare on Elm Street, one of the fucking grandfathers of like the crazy ass like 80s fucking long running horror movie franchises. You know, like there's not a lot I can say about that. New Nightmare I wasn't so excited about when he because I don't know, I just don't like that when people make movies where their other movies exist in that continuity, if that makes sense. Like New Nightmare was just too weird for me. Like fucking just kind of like narratively, I guess. It was just like a weird like thing. I would have rather just had like a straight up Nightmare on Elm Street movie. You know, but whatever. He did The Hills Have Eyes. Both those movies are fucking awesome. If you haven't seen those, they take a little while to get started. They're kind of like pot boilers a little bit. They're like, oh, you know, like, we're trapped in the desert. You know, like, they're more like suspenseful, but they're also fucking super gross and like violent. Check those out. You know, it's a good introduction. He's done like a few things that I haven't seen too. I was looking at his IMDb page really quick before I started this. Yeah, man. Did like 5 episodes of the new Twilight Zone, which I probably saw, and they were probably awesome. Oh man. Red Eye did that. I saw that. I saw that in a screenwriting class, which is fucking weird. I don't even remember why. We were probably talking about structure or something, because like that's another thing that he does. He's like really good when he's writing shit. He's really good at that fucking just like that crazy plot structure that we just like reacts well with like the human brain, you know, like we like that, you know, that 3-act and the fucking denouement or whatever. It fucking works well, and he's just really good at that. He's just like he's good at pacing and shit when he does that kind of stuff. And I think that's what we were looking at in that class. That's kind of a cool movie. It's fucking goony as fuck. Like at the end, it's real weird, and like all throughout actually. Fucking that dude who was the Scarecrow, whose name I can't remember. He's an Irishman, I think. He's on Peaky Blinders. He's in it, and that's he's got such a weird fucking name. You know who I'm talking about, the Scarecrow from the new Batman films. What the fuck is that guy? I can't remember his name. The fucking Scarecrow, or the Peaky Blinders gangster man. I can't remember that character's name. But what is his name? Liam? No. Fuck, I don't know. But yeah, he's in it, and he's really fucking good in it. Of course, he's a he's a pretty solid actor. But yeah, that's a cool one. Scream films, man, I don't know about those. Like, this is what the complaint, you know, like, not to speak ill of the dead or anything like that, but fucking some nice black tea at 1:30 in the morning. That's a great idea. But Scream films, like the first one, I liked it, kind of. You know what I mean? There were some aspects of it that I kind of had a hard time getting into. Like, like the characters were all kind of douchey. I don't know, and like it was cool that they were playing around with the tropes of the horror film like thing. Like everybody knew, like, oh no, these people are gonna die and these people are gonna be safe, and you know that was like the whole fucking big deal in Scream. Oh man, and that was kind of cool, but like I don't think it needed all the sequels that it got. Like, pretty sure Scream was done after one. It was fucking one and done. That was good enough for me. Yeah, and the other thing about that was it kind of like inspired the new age like horror films for a while, which were you know, like there hasn't been a lot of like really great stuff coming out since Scream, and I have a feeling that kind of poisoned like the genre a little bit, kind of fucked a little bit of stuff up, particularly around the time it came out. Like there were some, I wouldn't go so far as to say stinkers. I liked Valentine's Day or whatever, or was it just Valentine? The one with the guy who had the baby mask. It was the dude from Buffy, the vampire slayer, was in it, and like he was fucking people up on Valentine's Day, or was it April Fool's Day? Fuck, maybe it wasn't really that good a movie because I can't fucking remember what it's called or what happened to it. I remember liking it. I remember it was all right, but like I'm not too big a fan of like I Know What You Did Last Summer, which is definitely like a Scream. You know, not really like a ripoff, but like it's in the same vein. You know. Urban Legends, fucking not that great, you know. Final Destination is cool because it's just like Rube Goldberg murdering people. But yeah, like it's, you know. But all in all, I think, you know, Wes Craven, good fucking job. Good job, dude. Good job, Wes. I'm sure you're like a film director of Valhalla right now, being awesome. Doing whatever it is people do up there. Okay, cool. So I'm done.